Hey, so here's just the in-class work for the percent, and I called it simple percent. I don't know if there's a really better way to do it, but what we're doing is, if you notice that our percents are no longer now 1%, 10%, 30, 40, 50, 60%, what we're doing instead here is we're choosing like a 21%. So why we did that, hopefully that'll make sense here in this little demo video that we got. So what you can do is, if you look at, so we're looking for 21% of 70. Instead, what I did is I created a little table, and what you'll do is you'll find the 1% and 10%. Well, those are quite simple, because we're just, like we've learned in the previous video, just basically moving our decimal place. So 70%, right? To do 10%, we would just move over 1 to give us 7.0. To do 100%, we would, or I'm sorry, to do 1%, we'd just move over twice, right? So that's where those numbers come from. Well, now to do 20%, we just need 20, or I'm sorry, to do 21%, we just need 20 and then a 1%, right? Well, the 20 is a 7 and a 7, and the 1% is 0.7. So then all we'll do is we'll just add those up, right? So 14.7. I tried to incorporate that little mark there, but that didn't work, did it? Okay. So that's just what we're looking to do out of this one. I'm just going to share some examples, further examples to help along. What is 32% of 18? 10% is 1.8, and 1% is 0.18. To do 32, I'm going to need 10, 20, 30, and then I need 32%, so I'm going to do 0.18 and 0.18. Add all that up, right? 6, 1. I'm going to do all those 8s. The 8s are 24, then 25, 26, 27. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.76. That's simple. That's our goal. 55% of 11. Now this one I'm going to show you is, I had a little bit different thought. So 10% is 1.1, and 1% is 0.11. What I thought about doing, and maybe this isn't a great, well, let's just do it the way we did before. So here's 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, and then we could do all the 0.1s, right? Here's the 1%, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we'll just add those all up. All those ones, we got 5. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Carry that 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.05. Another way I thought about doing it is, why don't we, and you don't have to, what is it for 5%, right? Just half of that. If we do half of that, then I could just put those 50% with that half, right? And what's half of 1.1? 1.1 divided by 2. I should have gave myself a little bit more room. 0.5. And we can add as many zeros as we need to, right? 1, 0, 5. There we go. 0.55. So what I could do is I could do the 50%, and it's kind of easy to do that because that'd be 5.5 plus the half of 5%, which is that. 5, 0, 1. Same answer? Yeah. Okay. Now, what is 29% of 39? Now, this one I have a totally different approach for, a different thought for. So, for this, let's do the 1%, 0.39, and the 10%, which is 3.9. And then from here, what I do is I would go to 30% and then subtract 1%. So, 10, 20, 30%, right? And I'll add those up, 7, 2, 9, 11. So that's 11.7. So this is for 30%, right? 30%. But then I'll do is I'll subtract a 1% to get to 29%, right? So I'll do 11.7, and I'm going to subtract 0.39, right? So I'm going to, what I recognize is that everything to the right of the decimal place is just 70 minus 39. There we go. Just some further examples here. Not much different. If you've pretty much got the idea from here, feel free to just get started. If you need additional problems, here are a couple more to maybe help you. Right? And so to do 10%, I would just do 11%. I'd do 7 plus 0.7, right? 7.7. 25%. 1% is 0.3. 10% is 3. I'm going to use that 5% thought process, right? Where I'm just going to say, you know what? Why don't I just cut the 10 in half? That's 1.5, right? So to do 25%, I need 10%, 20%, and then 5%. There we go. 98% of 28, 1% is 0.28, and 10% is 2.8, right? Look at how we so quickly are calculating this stuff. Now, in this case, this is what I'm going to do. I know what 100% is. I'm going to take 100%, and I'm going to subtract 2%. Right? That's one way to do that. So 100% is 28. So 28 minus now I need 2 of those, right? So 0.28 and 0.28 is 615. So I'm going to subtract 0.56, right? Now you might be able to do that one very easily. And I'll do that subtraction here. So we need to borrow from here 7, that becomes a 10. Then we got to borrow again to get a 9 and a 10, right? So 4, 4, and 27. There we go. Now, the other way to do that is to simply say, okay, what is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90? Then add 8 more. But I just feel like I said, that's going to be too hard for us to do. Okay? If you have any other questions with this one, please let me know. I think that it could be helpful.